Fantastic. All right, time for the recap.
If you're ready, go for it. The bard's great at it.
All right. Last time, our valorous adventurers, Karn, Oswald, the vice mayor of Hexen, and of course, Orion, the dashing bard, were prepared to raid the unknown tomb for treasure and danger, and of course, all the fame. Majdi, the drow, let us in, and it indeed was a valorous deed to start out with because it hurt him badly to get the door open. So we had to let him stay outside and rest in appreciation of his effort. We were led by Oswald, who charged in, but the first room was a disappointment. There was nothing more than a big statue and some historical friezes, but we did manage to glean the idea that this was an ancient god of the Underdark who used to fight against the surface invaders from the light world many eons ago. But the first room turned out to be a trap. Indeed, the door started to close to try to lock us in. But thanks to the strength of Karn and a handy little spike, we managed to spike the door open so that we were not locked into the room. Oswald led again, being the venturous person that he is. And at first it seemed not to be another dud, another piece of disinterest, a room with nothing more than termites. But at least Nod, the kobold, got a good meal out of it. We heard buzzing from the ceiling, and Oswald climbed up to discover a huge wasp nest, started to react to his presence and come down. But again, Karn saves the day in the second room, where he takes a piece of wood from the floor and manages to throw it up and place it in the hole carefully so that it prevented most of the wasps from coming down. Of course, our heroes decided that fighting a bunch of wasps was possibly dangerous, and we needed to leave fast, so we opened the door to the third room, but unfortunately Oswald left his rope hooked up in the wasp area, and attempting to retrieve it, knocked the board aside, and so our heroes valorously jumped into the next room and closed the door behind them, including propping the door closed to make sure it wouldn't open accidentally. This was more sinister. There was a pit as well as a set of stairs downward. And when looking in the pit, Oswald spied some items in the bottom, and we went down to see what they were. And then the most fearsome foe of all popped up. A spectral spider walked out of the wall and attacked us. Well, to our dismay, we discovered that the spider was immune to normal attacks, and not only that, incredibly hard to hit, and had mind attacks too. Mind attacks so strong that Karn and his companion were overcome and had to flee away from it. Oswald, being, well, Oswald, decided he was going to get something out of it and absconded with the silver needle from the bottom. And fortunately for all of our heroes, the spider did not follow us as we left. Ta-da! Yay! Then we go down the stairs to see a throne with the 9-limbed statue coming out of the back. Obviously the throne of the god who this is the shrine for. The bard says, "You only live once," and sits down and manages to survive even though the throne tries to kill him. Oh, forgot. Sorry. The specter comes out of the wall and engages us, but does not say much. So the bard sits out on the throne, manages to survive even though the throne tries to kill him, and that banishes the specter. We are taking our righteous loot, for we have fought danger and indeed death itself in order to take this loot, when a foul skeleton in armor and sword comes down the stairs and tries to challenge the ruler, who happens to be, of course, the valorous bard, since he was the one on the throne. The valorous bard is also the smart bard, and got the ruler to challenge him instead to a game of tic-tac-toe for the throne. Did you not? The bard, of course, lost and allowed the skeleton to sit on the throne. In which case, we decided that the better part of valor was we got our loot, get out. Get out while the getting's good. Only to discover in the room that we had just left that there was another of these foul skeletons rising, and it too was seeking the throne. So, of course, we pointed it back to the one who was already down there and absconded quickly. We were nearing the exit when when we heard the tromp, tromp, tromp of skeletons in armor coming after us, having some sort of argument about why this stupid game existed in the first place. Fortunately, we managed to scoot out of the door before they caught up with us, but one of them managed to leave. It turned out sitting on the throne was a curse that prevented you from leaving, so only one managed to get out, and our valiant heroes managed to slay it. So yes, indeed, our three heroes went in, faced death in many, many forms, got their treasure, and left, and have a great story to tell. Good enough?
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. Karn gained a few years too, didn't he?
Yes, he gained 10 years. He went from 19 to 29.
From that spider. That spider was armor class ridiculous, needed magic to hit, and had a fear attack that also aged you. Oopsie, time to go.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Karn had that hat and the 8-inch silver figurine of a woman holding flowers.
Right.
And he's hoping, he says, tell me, wonderful drow that's helped us so much so far. What do you make of these things? When I wore this hat, one of those guys.
We know what the hat does.
Yeah,
we know what the hat does. It's a clerical hat.
Yeah.
It lets you talk to spiders and something else, I think, but it marks you as a cleric of the religion.
Yeah. It was. You opened a sarcophagus, and there was a spider. Not a instead of a beaver hat, it was a spider hat, and that Karn put on, and allows him to speak with spiders, and gives him, I believe, a +2 against poison.
I think that's the doll. I've got notes on my doll. The doll says +2 to death saves and immune to spider poison.
The spider hat, yes, grants +2 to saves versus poison. Can communicate with spiders.
Okay, so it does have a plus. Great.
So yeah, before we do that, let's see. Felix, they found you and Basil. I don't know if you've seen any, what happened, but they found you guys in the Underdark. Pincher had thought he knew where you would be because the river leads out into the Underdark, and found you passed out in a boat, almost like a marsh, because you were pushing it with a 10-foot pole, and Basil was passed out. So that's where you guys are. You guys are outside of this shrine. They freed these slaves that were in this mine, and they found out that there's more. So one of the people all the people you freed said that they owe you your life. So they have joined you guys and kind of helping you out. The Duergar said that he is going north, and he's going to return with his friends, and he's going to free everybody in that mine. And that's when Karn said, hell yeah, 2 bags full, I'm in that. We're all about that. On the way there, kind of headed north, this is when the drow, with all his strange spider tattoos, which you found out why he had spider tattoos and how he was baptized in the Shrine of the Nine, he led you guys here to ransack it. Now that Karn thinks about it, he spoke in some weird spider language to open the door. You were able to ransack it. And the Bessex brothers are getting the rest of those quills or whatever pulled out of them from that spiny sarlacc thing that they fought against. And everybody's kind of recovering. I think Zophan, I don't know if Zophan ventured out. He was only in the temple, right?
Yeah, he only went to the temple. So
Okay.
he's
I'm about to send you a message.
be nice to get back to Zophan. I think last I played him, like I just had one session with his magic weapon, and then that was back to Ethics or Basil.
But yeah, I did send a reminder. I know there's like various magical items that have like accumulated at times. So you have two people here who can identify them.
So I have a magic amulet and a folding fan with magic runes. If they could be identified, that would be great.
Right. You're all like sitting there. Majdi is the drow, and he looks like he's bleeding. He's been bleeding a lot. He critically failed his con save, his con check when he opened the door, and that's why he passed out. Because he was supposed to go in with you guys, and then he did not. So he's kind of recovering. You guys are sitting around, and he looks at that amulet. He says specifically designed to give you immunity to some sort to ooze demons, their mental powers, so they cannot affect you. However, any kind of like paralysis, fear, or suggestion, you can roll after each round. So normally in OSE you're screwed, but for you every round you get to roll to see if you break it.
Got it.
Nice.
And he looks at that fan and he kind of holds it. He says if you dip this in blood of a fresh kill, it will absorb it and then shoot it back as projectiles.
Whoa.
If you wave it, it becomes a ranged weapon. So mechanically is you do that, you roll a d6 to see how many it will pick up. The maximum it can hold is 6. And whatever, so if you kill something like a spider that's got poison, you have a projectile now. It's 1d8 plus poison damage.
Okay. Got it.
And it holds 6 charges per day. So once the 6 are done, you wait the next day and you can do it again. Silver statue, right?
Yeah, 8-inch silver figurine of a woman holding flowers.
Yeah, Majdi looks at it and says that this is Oakzir, the Drow saint. This is his 4th Mosai, which is his 4th wife. He had many wives. This is his 4th. At the beginning of each day, after you've rested, you say a small prayer. You either can take +2 to your AC or a d6 temporary hit points for the day.
Wow.
Whoa.
So that's +2 AC or
1d6 you get to roll, and that's your temp
1d6.
HP for the day. Yep.
My dead characters have diligently passed on the vial of goop with the chattering teeth, and I know technically they were that was the verbal component of the spell in the wizard power. See if this is anything useful.
Right. Yeah, the dentures. Yes.
Yeah.
They glow red. He says that it is some kind of spell, control water spell, that he will show you. So you now have the spell control water. It's basically a 5x5 cube for 1 turn. And you can put a spell into the dentures, 1 per day, and it will cast a spell. You can command it, and it will speak the spell.
Nice.
Oh man.
So it has to be one that I know.
Correct. But it doesn't necessarily have to be control water.
Right. Because so if I swap out the spell, I lose the control water.
Currently, that's what it knows. But he will show you the control water spell. So you have that in your... It's not in OSE. They don't have control water, but it's basically control water 5x5 cube.
Okay. Same limitations as my other spells. That is, it's just added to my spell list. So
Correct.
I could have another spell going. Time to be looking at the manual.
All right. Is there anything else? Any other items?
no. But Karn, does Karn think that Majdi is down on hit points? or is he just hurting from doing that?
I mean, he wouldn't turn down you. You know, if you go to heal him, he probably wouldn't turn it down. But he's not going to ask for it.
So this is still the same day when we've come.
Right? Yeah. This is the we're going to say like a couple hours later.
Okay. So we're in that same day. Yeah, I'm going to try to lay hands on him and see if he can make him feel any better. It's only 2 hit points that he does.
Yeah, but
it also, yeah.
Yeah, he appreciates that significantly.
Nice.
So as you're doing this, you see somebody approach from the south, trudging along.
Prancing along.
Trudging along. They could be prancing. Yeah, I don't want to.
Hey,
I mean,
he's an acrobat. He could be prancing.
Right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
How many days is the journey to where the group?
Yeah, that's a good.
The group is currently at to the ship.
Let's see. How long did it take you to get there?
Because that's going to determine how much he is prancing or trudging.
What kind of what kind of armor do you wear?
Medium.
Okay, but it's not heavy armor.
No.
We could say like this is like the 3rd day you've been traveling.
Okay.
And you have a card that basically was showing kind of like so that's how you found them.
Okay.
Pujari gave you a card to sort of locate them. So you were looking at the card, and the card was kind of directing you where to go.
Gotcha. So Zophan walks, is trudging, because three days in the Underdark is a long 3 days, especially alone. Trying to ward off. I think he saw a couple lizardmen. Definitely some weird mushrooms.
Yep.
That talked. He didn't ask questions, but he finally made it. And heavy footfalls, trudges up to the group, and it says, I actually don't remember. Has Zophan met any of you? I don't.
No,
You've met
not my
Basil, right?
character.
You met Basil.
Yeah, I met Basil, but not Karn.
Orion.
Orion.
Felix was with us. Felix was with us when we went down from the outside to the Underdark the first time. Pretty sure.
Yeah, but I don't know that I met Zophan.
Yeah.
He may have been there, but
he was the guy. He was the guy who tied the ropes up that allowed us easy entry. So he was definitely
okay. So yeah, then
Okay.
I have met him before.
So Felix should definitely know Zophan.
Okay. And so Zophan sees Felix, and after in the dark, a friendly face. You guys are still alive. That's good. I would have been disappointed to have this compass lead me to a group of dead bodies.
Well, of course they're still alive. They had Cornstone.
Zophan.
Good to meet you.
Lith.
Have you ever heard the word of Saint Cuthbert?
Maybe.
It's glad tidings that you should hear. But some other time, perhaps.
Yes, I could use a meal. It's been 3 days of walking and avoiding things down here.
I would give you a hug, but you look filthy.
Well, it's not much better on the ship, to be honest. Speaking of, they're leaving. Ox told me to sent me to tell you with a message that they have to depart, and he asked that we meet up with them in Clinkville.
I hope
How
someone
do we
knows
get
the
to
way.
Clinkville?
I said, I hope somebody knows the way.
Does Zophan know where Clinkville is, or has he heard of Clinkville?
Well, you guys would have heard mention that the geologist was from Clinkville University. So probably he's hoping that you will show up with her when they are there.
Gotcha.
But it is a town known for adventuring, at least at one point. Like there's themed restaurants and taverns for old adventurers, and there was a school of accounting, but it failed miserably because nobody wanted it there.
All right.
What do we need accountants when we've got the Ape Empire?
The accountants are all working for the Ape Empire. That's why they tax us and take all our money.
Down with the apes.
So, you guys look pretty filthy yourselves. Care to fill me in on the latest exploits? You don't have to do it in character. We could be sitting around a fire or a moss stone or something and just shit talking about it.
And Karn will offer you some of his rations.
Thank you.
Since you said you were hungry. Feed those that are hungry, says St. Cuthbert.
I'm starting to like this St. Cuthbert.
A kobold comes walking over, and he reaches like into his pouch and pulls out some looks like mossy green slime, and tries to hand it to you. And he's doing this, and then he licks it a couple times, and he's like, "Here you go."
Shockingly, you could eat it.
Is this the stuff that he was scraping off the reed?
No, this looks like something else.
Oh, so wait a minute. It wasn't the reed scum. It wasn't the centipede goop. This is something else.
Yes.
Karn looks at it and says, I ate worse in Sear School, and he'll try a little bite of it.
Okay. Give me a D6 roll.
Cockroaches, grubs, moss, whatever. Got a 4.
All right. I mean, it tastes like dirt. I mean, it's slimy dirt. And Nod, the kobold, just kind of like, yeah, you like it? Yeah.
It doesn't make him sick or anything
No,
like that?
no.
It tastes bad?
Yeah, it just
Is it
tastes
actually
bad.
nourishing?
Well, the kobold eats every damn thing down here, so I mean, probably.
Yeah. I started trying stuff the kobold tried, and, one con roll later convinced me that wasn't necessarily a good idea. But he's well-intentioned, at least. Don't think he's deliberately trying to poison us.
Yeah, he reaches again up. He's like trying to reach. He can't reach your mouth, and he's trying to give it to you because it looks like you need food.
Well, I am hungry. Zophan will take some and try it.
Okay, yeah. It says, give me a D6 roll.
5.
Okay, yeah. It tastes like dirt, slimy dirt. Kobold gets all excited. He grabs his pickaxe and licks the handle and walks away.
Where did you meet that fellow?
He's one of the rescued slaves. Each of the rescued slaves pledged to one of the rescuers. I got Nod the kobold, who, yes, eats everything, nods at everything you say to him, and licks his pickaxe handle.
That is... Well, at least he's not a danger.
He's actually been useful. I mean, in fights, the sucker has been rolling better than I have, so...
Must be all the moss.
And then there was the Duergar, but he's gone to go get his friends to help us fight to relieve more slaves. And I can't think of the name of the guy that's following Karn.
There's the Z-Man, who is kind of a shapeshifter. He looks human, but he can shapeshift. It only appears like certain parts of his body. Like he can make his face look like a lizard man, or his arm look really big, like one of the Bessix brothers' arms. There's Eyeball that looks like Pincher, but he's a different color. Z-Man, Majdi, the Duergar. Yeah, that's everybody. So Majdi comes over as you guys are later in the evening when you guys are just like
Zias is the man.
right when you guys are like got your camp, and he says, I should probably depart now. I think I've given my fulfilled my debt, and I probably should be gone before the KOTO, the Duergar, returns with his associates. They may not want me here. They may not trust me.
Okay. I mean,
Slavers, we don't keep people against their will.
you have been a brave and loyal companion. I wish you well in the rest of your ventures.
Oh, you as well.
And Karn reaches in, somewhere and pulls out a small pamphlet with some more information about the Church of Saint Cuthbert. It's, when you get to where you're going, make sure that you pray daily to Cuthbert and keep the faith.
5 things you didn't know about Saint Cuthbert. These 5 life hacks will.
Since it's from you, Karn, I will read this when I reach my destination. I have a free will. I shall decide whether this King Cuthbert is worthy. If he is, if all the followers are like you, then he is truly worthy.
Well, none are quite like me. For I am the mighty right arm of Cuthbert.
He purifies the water before he leaves.
Okay.
Because he can do that. So if you have any water that needs to be purified, any liquid, I should say, that's a better term. Any liquid that needs to be purified.
Have people been hoarding their urine?
No one has brought that up, but I have not ruled it out.
Whatever it takes to survive.
And I believe I think it's 3 water.
Zophan was asking that in character.
It is a liquid. I can purify it. So he does that, says some prayers, the normal thing you see, like the like twinkles of magic, and the spiders seem to move across his body, the tattoos that he has, and he'll do that like in the morning before he leaves. So whoever is on like the last watch, I don't know how you guys are setting up your watches, but whoever is on the last watch. So Majdi leaves. It's probably he leaves at dark, so it's a couple hours. It's not really a sunrise, but after you've rested, and Majdi just kind of disappears into the darkness. It looks like he's headed northwest. Wes, give me a D12 roll.
9.
Okay. So as whoever is on the last watch, the spores and stuff start to roll in. There's just a lot of spores in the air. and you know to like cover your face so you don't like breathe the stuff in. And moving across the dunes, you can see some figures moving closer to whoever's, who's on the. I would maybe guess like maybe Karn and Orion are on the last watch with Nod to give Zophan and Felix their a final rest, full rest, so they can go. So you see these things moving. Nod picks up a rock, and he kind of shuffles around. He's kind of looking like he's looking intent. He doesn't have the rock ready to throw. He's got it down by his side. He's kind of watching like, and you see these things get closer and closer.
Obviously, alert the rest of the camp. Rest or not, we can't afford to be ambushed.
And you see 4 of them coming, moving closer. And when Zeiss gets up, he's like, "That's the KOTO. They've arrived." And you hear the Duergar, "Hail! Don't put down that rock." And as he gets closer, you realize he is riding a giant ant. There are 3 others. The 4 of them are all riding giant ants, and one of the ants is pulling like a big skid behind it. I hope we made good time. I guess he looks back and looks at like the shrine. Have you been inside yet?
Yes, we have, and it was indeed a dangerous place.
Well, these are my associates. We are the KOTO. We are going to the mines to release the rest of the prisoners.
You want to go with me and my sword, that's for sure.
Are the ants your associates?
Oh, they're our trusted mounts, of course.
Zophan's going to approach one of the ants and attempt to establish a bond.
Okay.
So, like, maybe feed it.
Offer it some sugar water.
Yeah. And like nuzzle it. Give it a scratch under the mandibles.
That's the point. Are there extra ants around here?
No, there isn't. That's why they brought this large skid, because you guys can get on the skid and they will tow you.
Oh, cool.
Dustin, give me a D6 roll.
5.
What's your charisma? Do you have any bonus?
Yeah. A -1.
I mean, it doesn't bite you or anything, but...
Aren't you trying to roll under your charisma anyway?
Well, it's more like the D6 is more like a reaction. It's a monster reaction roll.
Oh, yeah.
Does it seem disinterested, or does it seem like kind of interested, or is it like ignoring? As far as one can ascertain what an ant is doing.
At best, neutral. Because whoever the rider is, I don't know, because you wouldn't know the Duergar that's on it is speaking to it in some language, and it seems like it's telling, he's like basically telling it to just not do anything.
Don't feed the ants.
The bard who actually has a animal friendship spell is trying very hard not to laugh at Zophan.
Never seen a riding ant before.
Oh, this is the preferred mount of the KOTO. Always has been.
Do we know who does is the KOTO? Is that people that that's not somebody that Zophan's heard of?
No, you wouldn't have heard it. So the KOTO are short for Keepers of the Oath, and they're Duergar that patrol the Underdark to remove any outsiders. He would go on to explain that basically, once the lizard folk and stuff came in and just created havoc, that caused a lot of problems, and they were unable to keep up with that. Even the lizard people, they had to keep out because the lizard people don't belong here either. They're below the Underdark in a place called the Deep. So the fact that because he did mention in the very beginning that he would be sworn to kind of remove you guys aren't supposed to be here, but since you've helped him, that he trusts you, that you'll leave once, your job is, once you help him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't the kind of place that we'd want to stay for long.
Yeah,
It's hard to hear the word of Cuthbert down here.
They all get a chuckle at that.
Suit yourselves. Just another way to practice the blade.
So,
Yeah, well, I want to practice the eating good food, drinking good drink, and chasing bad women. Can't do that. Can't do much of that down here.
To be fair,
Such things are a sin.
to be fair, there's not much of that going on the ship either. I hear there might be some of that in Clinkville, which may be well suited to your taste.
In the meantime, yes, obtaining valorous stories in order to, practice my craft and pay for all of the above, yes.
So he explains it will take probably 2 days to get back to the mine. With you guys are on the skid, you don't have to walk, but the ants move pretty quick. The second day we'll get there. They'll scout it out. We're not gonna roll for any encounters because these guys will be able to handle themselves, and there's a whole lot of you. So Dustin, give me a D12 roll. We're just gonna do the weather for the next day.
And now the weather.
Because it will matter.
It's an 8.
Oh, okay. So moving along, you guys do notice that it seems to be a little bit marshier, like you're moving through more like mud in places that you weren't before. It's kind of weird.
So each night we sleep, we get a 1d3.
Right, yeah. So this is a full day. You've rested. You get back up. You get on the skid. You notice that the KOTO, like, what's his nose? The one that you met, Ronax, does all the talking. The 3 of the other guys don't even talk. They might give you a look or a sideways look. They don't seem very trusting of any of you.
Okay. When we're in the mud area, I'm going to try and see if the control water allows me to strain water out of the mud so we can keep our water filled.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will strain water out of the mud, and
Yep.
so that we can keep our water skins filled without
Nice.
having
Yeah,
to
that's a good idea.
smudge D around.
The water,
Of course,
just the water and none of the bacteria.
Yeah. Of course, offer, probably a lot more than we need. So, of course, offer it to our hosts and as much as they want.
So you do notice that all the KOTO wear some kind of leathery armor that's got like a red gem in the center, and their shield looks like a turtle shell. And they all carry hammers, and now Konax is wearing his appropriate attire, because before he just had a loincloth and some kind of weapon you gave him that he took off with. Also, Nod, the Cobalt, has got some big like boots that look like oversized. Somehow he acquired them when he was in the camp, but he has those.
Okay.
You guys are a couple miles outside of the camp, and he stops the skid, and the whole group stops out, and Konax comes out, and he's like, Ronax, he says, all right, so here's the plan here. There's the main entrance, of course, where to go down into the mines. It's about 5 levels. I'm thinking there's probably about 20 to 25 slaves down there. That we'll have to deal with to get them out. As far as the lizard folk, the commoner, the common soldiers, there could be a dozen to 20. I'm not sure. It depends on what shift they are. They seem to change out all the time, so there probably could be twice as many as that hidden somewhere in their barracks or something. And that 3-armed thing, there's about 3 of them roaming around. There's of course some sort of that spellcaster that you managed to kill. They've got one of them, but there's also the one that's in charge. I haven't get a good eye at him, but he's in the lowest level, and I heard he's got some kind of compound eyes. He looks more like a fish than anything, is what I'm told. But he's running this whole operation. Now, there's a back entrance that they don't use. I think it was maybe part of the mine when it first started. My proposal to you all is we send one group in the main entrance and then one group in the back entrance. I know that that our mounts can get down that small passage in the back entrance, but I mean, we could lead the charge up front and distract them while you guys head down and go in the back entrance, or vice versa. Whatever you think makes more sense.
Seems to me that killing Fisheye is probably the most important thing, right?
We're going to have to fight our way down there. There's no way we're going to be able to get to him without clearing out troops on the way.
So what do we think? Front or the back?
I'm more of I prefer the back door, if possible.
Do you now?
Well, your ants will probably have an easier time maneuvering through the larger entrance. Us on foot can probably sneak through the back door easier.
So you guys are suggesting Duergar or KOTO, whatever they're called, in the front and us in the back?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. And do we know what the 3-armed things are?
There are some kind of 3-armed giants.
Okay. Some form of giant. Okay.
Well, Karn took care of that last one you fought.
Oh yeah, giants, no problem. I'm on it.
Does Cuthbert have some sort of special power against giants?
Yes, his name is Karn Stone, Cuthbert's mighty right arm.
Okay.
Nothing special at all.
We should be set then.
We got a plan, simple as it is. What we don't have is a scout, unless the acrobat has stealth or equivalent.
He does. It's not very good. As in, he has a skill. Yeah, he can hide in shadows and move stealthily. Those are things that are in his purview. But the hide in shadows isn't very good. It's like an abysmally low.
Oh yeah, I see the progression there.
Yeah.
No, acrobats do have hide and shadows. You are half a thief there. Climb, fall, hide, move, tightrope. But yeah, your hide isn't that good. I see the point. Okay, well, seems like we got a plan, such as it is.
Now, if you make it to the main part of the mine, along the passage of those blue torches, make sure you extinguish them. Bring your own torches. That will be to your advantage. The blue ones are not in our favor.
All right, because they show hidden things.
Can you extinguish them from a distance?
I imagine so. They're just like any other torch, just give off a different frequency.
We can throw rocks at them or whatever, yeah.
We still have Nod, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we still got...
Rock thrower extraordinaire.
And Z-Man is going to accompany you, Karn.
Oh, I thought he was leaving in the morning.
No, that was Majdi.
Okay.
They've each got to do something for us before they leave, and Majdi definitely filled his. I mean, he helped us for several days and opened up the tomb, which gave us a bunch of treasure. So Majdi was definitely fulfilled his into the bargain.
Oh, absolutely. I just thought that Z-Man was leaving also. I misunderstood. Well, good. Glad we got Zayas. Stout companion Zayas. We shall do well, Z-Man.
Yes, we will.
I was going to say, my character actually has the background miner.
Okay.
So I'm going to volunteer stupidly to be first or at least right next up there with Karn to, spot things like apps and hidden whatever, etc. Since I'm probably the only semi-expert we've got for such things right now.
And you've taken your 10-foot pole back too, so.
Oh yeah, and I've got my 10-foot pole. Poke, 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 poke. Got my Find Traps 1/2 spell. Nod, go get that for me.
That seems reasonable. I would be happy to take a third position, or
believe me, I'm falling back. I'm falling back when the fight starts because I know we got two solid frontliners. But I don't want us falling in traps or going down the wrong way or whatever. We got to get there first,
Karn, what are you using today? Are you using the +2 to AC or the temp HP?
Temp HP.
Okay.
Roll a D6.
Yep.
5.
Okay.
Good roll.
Ronax shows you where this entrance. It's like a half a mile away. And you have Nod and Zeiss who can see in the dark here, and they can lead. He shows them, he draws a little thing out and shows them. The rest of the group, like the Bessex brothers and those who are not participating, will lie in wait as kind of the reinforcements if necessary. If somebody needs to be arm wrestled or something.
Right. They will corral the escapees. Yeah, there you go.
So one of the Duergar scouts out ahead and comes back. You see him he turns invisible and heads out. He returns and says, he doesn't directly talk to you guys. He talks in Underdark, some language some dwarven Underdark language. He talks to Ronax, and Ronax says, "Oh, my friend here has scouted ahead. Apparently, there was some sort of some sort of fungus or something that was dead on the ground near the entrance, and one of those 3 armed things was looks like it's perished. There may only be 2 now, but there's that tent that burned down, and there's a lot more of those blue torches. He couldn't get too close for fear that he'd be seen, but they've definitely stepped up their patrols. Hopefully their other entrants will be free and clear. But we will make a rush for it and cause a commotion enough that you guys should be able to get those slaves out of there. If you have to lead them up through the top or out the back, the way you came, however it works.
We can just kill the giant 3-armed things and everybody else in there that's been keeping slaves.
Oh, wait a minute. How does this we rescued you owed us thing work? Because honestly, half a dozen people throwing rocks could help us quite a bit.
What do you mean?
Instead of leading him out, can we get him to follow us to the side and provide artillery support?
It's up to you guys. I mean, yeah, if you want to turn them into fighters, go for it.
No, I'm not suggesting we front line them. Geez, I'm not evil, but yeah, a bunch of guys throwing rocks. Some of them are going to hit.
Yeah, I mean, there's
25 freed slaves with rocks in their hands would be kind of rough to deal with, right?
Yeah. Even better if they actually still have tools, Just an idea, More the merrier when you're taking on 3-armed giants and lizard men and strange ostriches and apparently mutant captains. All right, well,
It's never a good idea to get into an arse kicking contest with a porcupine.
Yeah. Or if you do, make sure you have your steel-toed boots on.
Karn looks down. Yep.
Yep. Let's coordinate with them on timing when they want us to go in as opposed to them, and I guess we're ready to rock and roll.
So he shows you where to go. You guys head out. It's like half a mile walk as Nod and Zeiss lead the way and show you where to go. Kind of making like a loop around the main entrance, past piles of earth and dirt that look fairly loose, probably taken from the mine at some point. And they're small little dunes, and then you come upon what looks to be like a large rock sticking out of the ground, but you can see that there is some kind of door there. There are no guards, and there are no torches around it.
Nice.
Cool.
It's a good thing. Karn's clanking up.
Walk up to the door.
Okay. Looking at it, it looks like a wooden door that is reinforced with some kind of metal or iron, but around the door frame are these strange symbols, which you would probably figure as runes.
Do you know how to read these, Karn?
Do I know how to? Does Karn know how to read them?
No.
Looks to be a tongue. Something not of Cuthbert, that's for sure. Has to be evil. Let's break it down.
Oh, wait a minute. From second level, a bard has a 2 in 10 chance of knowing lore pertaining to monsters, magic items, or heroes of folktale or legend.
Okay.
Does this fall under that category?
Yeah, give me a D6 roll.
Okay. Nope, not today. That was a 6.
Yeah, it's...
What's the handle look like? I mean, is it a turn handle? Is it a lever handle? Is it a pull or push handle?
It looks like it's got some kind of rope, or it looks like a hole with some kind of rope that you just pull it.
Is there a rope sticking out of the hole?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys think differently, I've got even more rope. I vote we tie rope to rope, step back as far as our rope allows, and pull it to make sure that, nothing nasty happens when we open the door.
Sounds prudent.
I will step to the side of the door and
Okay. So that's the plan. I'll go up and carefully tie my rope around their rope, not pulling on their rope, but, you know, tie it in a nice knot and step back, and finally when everybody signals they're ready, we'll pop the door, or try to at least.
Okay. It doesn't take much effort. The door just swings wide open. It looks very dark inside.
All right. I will light my lantern.
Yeah, it looks like there's an entrance. It just looks like rock, and then it looks like it just shoots all the way down. There looks to be some kind of pulley system that's on the side, like that they put into the rock, and the rope here looks worn. So maybe it was used to like hoist up buckets or something.
Got it. Can I tell how deep it is if I get up close to the hole?
It's got a pretty steep angle.
Okay.
I mean, you put up your torch or your lantern. How far does your lantern go? 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes beyond that. I mean, it goes a long distance.
But there's still like the block and tackle from the pulley system there.
Yeah, the rope looks like it's really seen its better days. It may snap.
Okay.
Can we walk down? Can we walk down, or are we going to have to sort of rappel down? How steep? I mean, is it maybe we can sort of slide down, or is it give it up? You're going to have to do something different.
You'd probably have to roll to make sure you don't end up sliding down. It's not that easy.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I could go down.
I'll recover my rope and sort of find something sturdy to tie it to at the top and feed it down so we have like something we can grab onto as we go down. Let's see. Character sheet says, how many feet of rope?
I think the standard is 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, Zophan's got also a length of rope.
Okay.
Okay, so the door is open and you're recovering the rope. Are you throwing the rope down there? Or tying it off somewhere?
Well, tie it off somewhere. Tie one end at the top. I mean, wait a minute. How the pulley system? So you say the rope is worn. How solid is it in the wall? I mean, I go up and give it a good, not the rope, but the pulley, and see if the pulley is solidly fixed in there.
So you are walking in, grabbing a pulley.
Yeah. I mean, other people have walked in already.
Has anybody walked through the doorway?
No, I walked like close enough to see if I could see far down the hole, but I didn't walk through.
Oh, great. I get to be the guinea pig on the trap. Oh, well.
I was just waiting on light.
Okay, so would you assume that Nod would go ahead of you?
Yeah, normally.
Okay.
I mean, he's the guy with dark vision.
Right, okay. I just double checking. Let me look up one thing.
Just start making your death saves now.
As you're all standing there, you pull the door out, right? And you kind of go walk to test this pulley. Nod scoots right in front of you because that's his job, because he's done that the whole time. As he steps through that doorway, it ignites with fire, and he is burnt to a crisp. And all that is left is the piece of the axe lands on the ground. And suddenly, those runes all light up around the doorway and go out. And slowly, they are going out. Like if they start at the top, they go. Tsh, 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 tsh.
Quick, run through.
No!
Yeah, I'm gonna try to quickly go through before
Okay.
it has a chance to recharge.
Yeah.
Yes,
before
nothing happens.
Yeah. Grab the pickaxe head.
Yep.
And step through before the thing resets.
Okay. Yes, you all managed to get through, and you see, kind of on the inside, you can see these runes, and they are all out now. So it has reset itself.
That's a problem for the return trip.
Yeah, that was 8 hit points of damage.
Ooh.
So I suggest that we at least take one prisoner alive. Don't kill all the lizard folk. I've got this set of manacles here. Should come in good handy for us.
So pulling on that pulley, this contraption, the rope is kind of flimsy. It's fairly solid in the rock, but who knows how long it's been in here. You could easily use it to guide yourself down as you're walking down.
I don't trust it. I'll replace the rope with a length of my rope that's 50 feet long. I will deduct that from my inventory.
And I can go first. I'll have the Zophan looking around at everybody. I think I may have the easier time scaling down this.
Being the acrobat.
Yeah, you are you carrying any kind of light source?
Yeah, I have torches. I pull out a torch and strike it.
Okay.
Pointedly.
Felix has his lantern, right?
Yeah.
Lantern and a torch. Do you have climb shear surfaces?
Yes.
What's that? Yeah, give me a roll on that. We'll just go with that.
All right.
I think
the one.
That's
This
super
is the one
high,
that's
right?
actually good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it.
Okay, so you are moving down, no problem. You realize that for other people, it's going to be slick, and every once in a while, you kind of catch yourself, and a couple pebbles and stuff roll down as this thing descends and descends, descends, and there are small piles down this passage that because Ronak said that he thought he could probably get one of his ant mounts down here. You might be able to. It would barely fit.
Okay.
There couldn't be any rider, because it's not really that high. You also pass, as you're going by, you see buckets, like wood buckets or whatever, that are just disintegrated, destroyed next to these piles of dirt. Give me a D6 roll.
5. It's the third 5 in a row tonight.
Okay. So going by these pieces, these and all you guys would see it as you guys are walking down these piles. You see tiny, tiny flecks that reflect off the light that looks like silver, silver flecks in this dirt.
Interesting.
How far apart are the pulleys?
They're set at 100 feet. Everybody give me a dex roll as you're using. So whatever your dex is, if your dex is 12, add 4 to it, so it'd be 16, and roll under that number.
Alrighty. Hey, you got a decent dex. The only other decent stat on my character.
Got a nat 1.
Oh, you didn't need to. I mean, you're just showing off at this point.
I mean, Zophan would. He's like, look at me walking up all these slippery surfaces.
Right. The acrobat's doing the moonwalk down, showing off.
Roll for Zeiss.
A 3.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody pass?
Yep.
Okay. So you all make it down. Yeah. You all see this. it goes, you would guess, about 200 feet as you're going down, descending. And you get to the bottom, and the passage is fairly low, and there are like wood boards going across, and it doesn't take you. You're once you get down there, you're down there for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and you see the dirt, the dust coming down from the ceiling. As you hear noises in the distance, like thuds and you've got the miner's background, right?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a D6 roll.
Hopefully, well, I think I'll use a different D6 considering my last couple there. 2.
This structure, this area right here is not very safe.
Right. Let us move quickly.
Yeah. Move quickly, step softly.
And then everybody, as you're doing that, everybody give me a D6 roll.
5.
3.
3.
1. The roll for the Z-Man.
2.
Which is appropriate for Orion. So you realize that this structure they have set up is not very safe whatsoever. And then you realize that there's some kind of rope or something that's kind of buried in the dirt that occasionally comes out. It looks very odd, like that. Why would they have a rope? And you see that it's sort of connected to these boards, and it goes all the way down this tunnel.
Okay. Somebody with a sharp knife, sword, whatever. We need to cut this rope where we see it. Carefully. Somebody set up to drop this on us.
I have a sword. It's sharp. Show me where to cut.
Okay. So, slowly, carefully. We don't want to accidentally tug the rope or anything.
Yeah, you can just you points out where that it's not, the ceiling's not very high. It's probably like 5.5 feet, maybe. So probably some of you are ducking down. You just cut it.
Yep.
As you go along the way, as you see these boards, and every time you walk in, you take a couple steps, and some dirt comes down as you can hear these feel these noises coming from the earth.
Chop, chop.
You approach as you move down about 100 feet, and you see a passage to your left. There's a blue light that's coming out, so that's how you realize there's a passage right there. So there's a blue light coming in your way, and there's a passage. It continues going straight, but you can actually turn left. You also hear some like clinking noise, like tools being hit.
I'll go to closer look. I'm gonna try to just like sneak or hide in shadows. Hide in shadows is stationary. So I was trying to move silently.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Hiding shadows is stationary.
Yeah, I think hide in shadows it's like blending into like a shadowed background now, so like moving into.
Okay. I always thought you could use it to try to move and hide in them.
Yeah, I thought so too. One's visual, one's audio.
Gotcha.
What'd you get?
I passed. I got a 14. Magic number was 25.
Nice. Are you doing this with your torch? I mean, with your with your.
No, I would extinguish it.
Okay.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
Okay, I was just making sure. So you get up, and there's a strange blue light that's coming from you, and you kind of peer into this room. You look, though. You look, and you realize that it's another like tunnel, but it doesn't go that far. And there's like scaffolding, boards, and ladders that have been set up. And there's probably 3 people in here with tools. You can see them whacking something, hitting the rock. And there's another figure that's kind of, you're just catching shadows from what light is in here, which is that blue light. There's a lizard man who doesn't seem to notice you, and he's kind of like looking around, and then he starts doing this. You hear a noise like he's sniffing the air.
And with that, Zophan will return to the group. There's a lizard man up front and 3 slaves. Fortunately, I only seen one. I think we could easily get the jump on him, but he seems to be able to smell. He might have caught my scent. Couldn't tell. He seemed just started sniffing the air and was looking around.
So, rope-a-dope. That is, draw him out, and hit him from hopefully ambush.
I like it. Or I can just walk in there and chop his head off.
He'll see you coming. I want to see if we can rope-a-dope instead. So I like pick up some rocks and start hitting them sort of rhythmically together.
Okay, to try to get some noise to draw him out.
Yeah, try to get some noise to draw him out. But I'm stepping behind the frontline fighters as I do this.
Yeah, I'll draw my blade and prepare to hack anything that comes around the corner.
Okay.
Imagining like the "We Will Rock You."
We will rock you. Well, the whole point is to do a rhythm that is he's not natural, so he gets suspicious.
Yeah.
But I don't want metal because that would be way too damn suspicious, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would be suspicious if I heard Queen in the Underdark.
We're not gonna do initiative this round because you guys have the surprise. You hear some movement. The hitting of the stuff inside because he's hitting his rock, but you don't hear it. It sort of fades, and you hear a loud scream, and a figure pops out of that the doorway with a weapon and whoever the first person he is, he's taking a swing. So I don't know, or you're swinging at him. I would say that in that instant you realize it is not a lizard man. It is one of the slaves. So you can decide what to do.
To the door. Can he use the flat of his blade and try to do what do you call
non-lethal?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, roll attack. And then Felix is right there too. So,
well, I mean, he looks like he's coming to attack, right?
Yeah, he screams. He makes this massive scream as he comes out of the doorway holding some kind of mining tool.
Well, should we try to subdue damage? That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring my pommel across as.
Yeah, roll. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. 17.
As Karn is like, should I kill him? Felix knocks him right in the head, and he crashes to the ground. And the weapon, he drops the weapon. He knock him out.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. So.
All right. Nice shot.
Prepare for whatever comes next.
Okay. I'll jump forward and drag the body back.
I guess Zophan will ready his kunai, but it has a name. But he's gonna ready that on his rope and like get ready to like throw it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm spinning up a sling.
Okay. So you hear some more commotion back behind this wall, and some more screaming, and another person comes running out. now you would assume this is probably another slave, and you'd be right because he doesn't sound like a lizard folk. He comes screaming out of there again with a pickaxe.
Try a repeat performance.
I got another 5.
I guess that's so. Karn's like,
14.
should I kill this guy or not? I mean, damn.
Hit it. Okay, no, wait, no.
Does 14 hit?
Yeah. Same result. You clock him in the head. He collapses. A third guy behind him runs and is attempting to turn and run down the hall and run ahead. Orion and Zophan, you can try to do something if you want to stop him.
Who's the guy with us? Because I guess these guys are probably
Z-Man.
speaking Undercommon, right?
Z-Man.
Z-Man? Okay. Z-Man, tell him we're here to rescue him.
Okay. All right. He starts yelling at him. He starts saying, "Rescue, rescue." Zophan, are you doing anything?
Well, it doesn't really help to say rescue, rescue, and then like have the person chasing after you. So Zophan will just like he's not gonna do anything.
It's a damned if we do, damned if we don't. Because if he alerts the other guards, we're in trouble. But on the other hand, we don't want to kill him, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think you can hit I don't think you can like hit with the flat of a blade on the kunai quite the same way as you can. There's not like
The
a
flat
friend.
of the kunai.
Karn, give me a D6 roll.
Oh, 1.
So he begins to run and stops and looks panicked, like you have gotten his attention. You can see that he is some kind of human, probably similar to Z. And he looks real panicked.
So I'll sort of motion and say, get behind us, get behind us, get behind us.
Karn looks like he's getting ready to go in there and go after the lizard man.
Okay.
Because that was the 3, right?
Yeah, that was the 3 that Zophan saw. He cautiously approaches you. You see, he's covered in dirt and sores. He has no weapon. He's got a loincloth, looks very similar to the slaves that you'd freed before. Very frightened and kind of just like trying to move against the wall. He's looking down at the bodies of his 2 comrades. Well, maybe they're comrades. Who knows? Kind of like looking at them, and Z just kind of looks at him. He becomes a little bit more comfortable with Z around, as maybe he recognizes him as Z kind of leads him back behind the group. The blue light is still coming out of this
Should be
entranceway.
should be just the guard left. We want to rush him and
Yeah, Karn's ready to just go in there and attack.
Yes.
We have a report that there were 3 slaves and a lizard man. We've got 3 slaves out here.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, he's going in. All right.
okay.
Clank, 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 clank. Looks to find the lizard man, and he's just gonna, just bull rush him if he can.
Okay. You go running in there. And you see the blue light. You look around. You don't see anybody. You see.
Damn it! I knew this was a distraction.
You see what he described. There's some ladders and like makeshift scaffolding that go up about like 50 feet. And there's just this blue torch sitting like in the middle. And there's something on the wall. You can see that they're working on it. It's almost silvery.
Get in here with that light. We've got to get this blue torch extinguished.
How far is the torch from us?
You walk in. It's like you'd have to climb up like one ladder and get it. You'd have to go up like 10 feet.
Karn's already going up there.
Okay. You climb up the ladder, and the scaffolding kind of wobbles a little bit, and there's some tools that look like they've been left there haphazardly. And there's a bucket. It's got some dirt in it, and you can see that there's little tiny silver flakes. And as you approach the blue light, you can see what looks like some kind of streak of silver going all along this tunnel. And there's another one kind of just catches your eye out of just inside the torch's light that goes up like another 20 feet.
They found a silver vein. Has anybody come into the room with regular light yet?
I'll round the corner in just a moment after I hear that there's nothing terrible happening.
As soon as regular light gets into the room, Karn grabs that torch and puts it out in that bucket of dirt.
Okay. Yeah, you put the torch out. You bring the light in. You can see that it's a very large area. And you got your lantern. You look up at the very top. There's a couple sets of ladders, but at the very top there's a hole. Probably, if this lizard man was in here, he probably went through there and got the hell out. But it looks like a vein, like you said, kind of veins of silver. There's at least 2 of them in here.
I'll use one of my torches and put it in place of the blue one and light it so the room's somewhat lit.
Okay.
Friends, they know
then,
we're here.
Yeah, we screwed. So do we keep following him or do we go down the other way?
Let's ask the slave who's still awake.
Yeah.
Can we try to pump it for information?
Yeah, if you want to, I would say whoever's got the best charisma probably should be talking to him.
Does he speak my language? Does he speak my language?
He will speak some version of common, probably.
Okay. Well, I'll offer him a little food and water and try to talk to him then.
Okay.
You know, bards are charisma people.
Do you have any pluses to your charisma?
It's a 16, but
I have a 14 charisma and I've got +1.
the NPC reactions still +1.
Okay, so give me a D6 roll.
5.
Okay. He is very guarded. He really doesn't want to tell you. He says that you can tell he doesn't want to give up too much information because he's probably afraid you're all going to get murdered and he's going to get killed. But he says there's like 3 or 4 of these areas that you're in, and it goes down. This tunnel goes down, and then he said it leads into some forbidden area that they're not allowed to go into.
While he's talking to that guy, Karn's trying to wake the other 2 up. Trying to help them out.
Hand him some pamphlets.
Hand them some pamphlets, yeah. No, Karn's thinking that we can send these people back the way we came and they can start getting free. Unless we're going to try to take them with us and make them fight with us.
Use them for artillery.
Yeah.
Well,
we can ask them what they want to do. Do you want to run and go free, or you want to help us free your friends?
Yeah, I think I like your method. I mean, giving them an option is better than not, and we'll bet more trust that way rather than throw rocks at the guards, but they may decide to throw rocks at us. So yeah, we'll give them a choice. They can go out the back entrance. Warn them to walk softly.
All right, Karn, give me 2d6 rolls.
2d6 rolls, okay. A 2 and a 3.
One of them they both get up. They're both you can see human, gray looking, probably like Z-Man. One looks at the big knot on his head and then kind of looks over at Felix and he's like, and he kind of turns, listens to what you said. He starts using the rope to make his way. Well, you're not at the rope, but he starts heading to the back entrance. The other guy looks at the pamphlet real quick, walks into into that area where all the tools are, grabs a pickaxe, and stands right next to you.
Yeah. Good man.
As the one walks by, Mia, I'll say, sorry about that.
And he just kind of taps. He puts his arm on your, puts his hand on your shoulder, like, it's okay. It's like it's been a long day.
And the one I talked to going to vamoose, or is he going to fight?
Yeah, he kind of scoots past you guys. He's following the other guy out. Do you tell them about the magic door?
Oh, yeah.
You're free. Just go.
But asterisk.
Listen,
Just be the second
want to
guy.
wait at that door. We're going to try to bring a lizard man with us to throw through it, and then you have to go through very quickly. Otherwise, you'll be incinerated. Don't just go rushing out now. You sure you don't want to come throw rocks with us?
Kind of look at each other. They've stopped heading in that direction. They're going to linger in the back and kind of follow along, see what happens. They heard it something about incineration. Not really excited about that.
We're here to help you. We're not trying to get you killed. I promise.
Incineration.
So is it down the passage, or are you guys going to go up into that area that he snuck out of, supposedly? Probably. In all likelihood.
You think we should try to follow that guy and keep him from sounding the alarm? I mean, he's probably already gotten there.
I mean, we're too late. I mean, we talked to these guys. We woke them up.
Yeah.
I don't feel like walking into somebody's trap. I'd say we go the other direction.
I agree with the Bard.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you headed back down the tunnel?
Yeah.
But there's more of that rope and those boards.
Chop, chop.
Oh.
So everybody can give me a Dex or Con. Yeah, Dex or Con roll. Add 4 to it. So whatever your Dex or Con is, take the best one, add 4, and roll under that number.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Easy.
I got it.
Made it.
As you spot this rope immediately, again, you know what it is, and Karn goes up, and as soon as he cuts that thing, you see the boards dropping and all the dirt coming down. You guys are easily able to just move right out of the way as it just collapses, and the dirt fills the tunnel. The area behind you has not been collapsed because it was not trapped, but now it's full of dirt.
Looks like our choice was made for us.
So the way we intended to go has now been filled.
Yeah, I mean, you could try to dig your way through it, but that might take a while.
Okay.
I mean, you do have a background as a miner,
Yeah.
but we'll just end up as more slaves.
Oh, they love me with a background as a miner.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
All right. Well, you know what? It's time to sacrifice one of my vials of oil again. Because if you think I'm going through that hole without some sort of, surprise first. The plan is Molotov. Listen for somebody trying to trap us, and if not, we can just go through, and if so, hopefully we can surprise them or convince them to do something stupid, whatever.
Are not.
I mean, unless we can see easily through this hole. If we can see where...
It's up like 50 feet. You have to get on the scaffolding, take ladders to get up to it.
Are not most of the things around here constructed of wood? I think throwing a firebomb probably isn't the safest idea.
Okay. You have a point.
I will go first since you will not.
You malign my courage correctly.
Correctly.
All right. So Felix climbs up there. You don't have to make rolls. You got enough light. You can take your time. It's a little bit wobbly.
I'm right behind.
You walk all the way up to like this hole that you're gonna have to get all fours to scoot in.
All right.
You go. I mean, if you have a light source, you go about 50 feet, and it opens up. The hole ends and opens up into another room. Looks very similar to the one you were just in. There is nobody in here. Tools and stuff have been left.
Gotcha.
Same set of scaffolding. And again, there's another tunnel, like at the very top, all the way across.
All right, just keep going.
Okay, so you all get back into this room. There's this same vein of silver. There's two of them that move through the room. There's some buckets. There's flecks of silver around. There's tools. There's an entranceway into this room, but it is covered. It is filled. You can see the dirt that has collapsed into here.
If there's an extra miner's pick, I'll pick one up.
Yep. Are you going to lick the handle in honor of Nod?
No.
Are you going to be a picky picker?
Karn looks at the pick that he picks up, and he's trying to get an idea of whether this is something that can be thrown as a weapon.
Yeah.
He's going to grab one too.
Okay. Yeah, they're not very heavy. The freed slaves are following behind you. They seem to be discussing probably like, is this a good idea? Should we be? Well, you know.
Well, I'll tell them when combat happens, we want them to throw rocks at the enemy, but make sure they're off to the side from us, you know? I don't want to hear any of this, oops, I missed and hit you by accident. No, they're going to stand off to the side and throw rocks at the enemy.
All right.
And I don't care if they pick up mining tools or whatever. Increase their trust in us, for one thing.
Okay, so with Felix leading the way back through another tunnel, it goes 50 feet again. And you have your light, and you stick it out, and it opens up. But it's not the same room you were, similar room with the scaffolding or whatever. It appears to be an empty room. There is some kind of entrance straight down to your left. An archway, a door. And then to your right is another archway, but there's no dirt in here. There's a blue light that's coming in either way. And let's see, you've got a torch, right?
Oh, lantern.
A lantern. So you stick your lantern. There doesn't seem to be anything in this room except those blue lights coming in.
Gotcha.
And there's a ladder that goes all the way down into this room.
So besides the way we came in, we got three choices: left, right, and down.
Well, you're at the very top. So you've entered the room. It's a 50-foot room. You're at the very top. You can't go any further across. You have to climb down the ladder, go in, go left or right.
All right. I'll just pick left.
All right. So everyone's following you, climbing. Are you waiting for everybody to get down first?
Yeah, I'll wait for people to get there.
All right. Everybody, give me a D6 roll.
Also 5.
Okay. And the Z-Man, give me a roll for the Z-Man.
2.
So you all are getting down the room, and the last slave gets down and stops and kind of looks. He looks panicked. You hear that?
What do you hear?
And he gets you all just to stop and listen You can hear snorting. Sounds very similar to when the lizard men were snorting, like to pick up your scent. And that's when we will roll initiative. Oh, wow. A 1.
I got a +1 to Dex. Anybody have higher than that?
Got a +2.
I got a +1. We don't need a higher at the moment.
Yeah. We want somebody without a plus to roll now.
All right, go Bard.
I've got a +1. Karn,
All right,
what you got?
Do you have a
All
negative?
got a plus, I guess.
Am I rolling? I guess so.
Karn. Yeah.
Here.
9, 3, plus
Okay.
3 plus 1, 4.
Okay. All right, that was a separate roll for something. All right, you guys are up first. The first thing you see,
What?
2 lizard men carrying what looks to be like some kind of cloak or woven blanket or something, running into the room. They seem directed like they're headed right towards Felix.
How far away are they?
I mean, if you're close enough to attack them, so don't worry about like movement.
Oh, that's why I picked up the axe. The pickaxe was if somebody was too far away, I could throw it at them in the first round while I'm trying to get up close to them.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use the pickaxe.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll be attacking, that's for sure.
I guess I'll go first. I will meet their charge, and I will attempt to cut down the cloak/blanket.
Okay, so you're going after that specifically?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and attack.
Nat 20.
Yeah, just like what do you want to do to this thing? Just like you're cutting it and just ripping it apart?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like slash it in half.
Yeah, you slash it in half and it just like shreds. Like it just comes completely undone. And as soon as they do that, they do this like because of the light, they're just like putting up their arms because you guys have lanterns or torches or whatever.
Yep.
And they're looks like they're completely blinded.
Slashing up.
I should have thought about that. Damn it, too late.
All right. Who's next?
I attempt to hit one of the, just pick the first guy, I guess. 14 hit.
It does.
Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, sling. Are we in melee or are we in sling range? Sorry.
You could pick. You can move up and be in melee, or you step back and.
Oh no, the fighters can be in melee. I need to re-roll my damage then. Ooh.
All right, you peg him with a rock. I will say there's a third lizard man comes running out, and he is like shielding his eyes, carrying looks like a bucket, like he's getting ready to throw a bucket of something.
Karn's gonna go after that guy.
Okay.
17.
Now that's definitely a hit.
D8. 5 points of damage plus 1 for strength. 6 points. Strength modifies damage, right? From melee attacks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give him a strength roll. Yeah, he makes it. So he does hold on to his bucket as you slash into him, but he is still holding on to his bucket.
Okay.
Another guy comes running out behind him with a bucket in his hand.
I turn to look over my shoulder at the guys who are supposed to be throwing rocks and say, throw, and point at the guys with the bucket.
Z-Man should be throwing a rock too.
Yeah, Karn, you can roll for him.
Oh, nat 20.
Wow. Okay, who's he throwing it at?
The first guy that came in with the bucket.
What do you say a rock does? D4?
I don't remember what it is.
That's
People
usually
are
what rocks are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell me how he dies. He's got 4 HP. He rolled a nat 20. That's 4. That's 4 damage plus a D4. So you killed him.
Oh, nice. He Z-Man just he angles the rock so that it hits the guy right in the temple, and on the ricochet it knocks the bucket out of his hands.
Yep. And you can see it is filled with dirt. And it just goes everywhere into the room.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. We got 3 guys with rocks. If the remainder, if you let's see, if Orion and Felix and Zophan just give me a D20 roll for their attacks.
Okay. Miss on mine. 8,
15.
I presume. Misses.
15 would hit. Yep.
3.
Okay.
3 damage.
Yeah. He pegs one of the guys with the bucket. He looks down. He looks down at his St. Cuthbert pamphlet he's got in his loincloth. He's like,
Are there any higher legends? Is there any sort of like vantage points, like stalactites or like rock outcroppings that are in this area?
yeah, you can climb sheer surfaces. You could climb. It's just a cut out rock wall. You could climb it. So you just got to roll and you'd be able to climb it.
That is true. I would like to climb a surface.
Okay.
Presumably get 10 feet up. If I can do that and then leap off and attack with a tumbling attack in one turn.
I'll let you do it. Yeah, you can do that. Just give me a make sure you can climb up the thing and don't fall down.
Step 1.
Step 1.
Yeah, he made it.
Okay. So yeah, do your tumbling attack as there's another guy comes running out with a bucket and he's right there.
Double damage if successful. Is he aware?
No.
All right.
No, he does
So,
not
I
anticipate
guess-
somebody on the wall above him about to wreck his joint.
Against an unaware opponent, the acrobat gains a plus.
Nice little
Yeah.
trick.
Basically, like it's like sneak attack. Like if you're a rogue, like you just got to set up so you can do sneak attacks as much as possible. For acrobat, you just got to try to tumble attack as much as you can.
That's awesome.
17.
Is that to hit? Oh yeah.
17 to hit. Yeah.
Yep.
So that is a d6 plus 1. So it does double damage. That is 8. As he climbs up the wall and then brings his kunai down and like throws it ahead of him. Is it like kind of almost like a scorpion, kind of like get over here type deal.
Okay.
Except I'm coming to him.
Yeah, 9. That's not good enough for him. You slam into him. He doesn't fall down, but his bucket falls to the ground and breaks, or dirt goes everywhere. I think that's all their attacks, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, that's all your guys' attacks. So,
Yeah.
they are at a negative if they try to attack. The 2 guys had the hand woven blanket gifted many generations, utterly destroyed, priceless heirloom of the Lizardfolkmandude. They're shocked.
They were
Don't bring it.
All right, they are at -4. They will turn and attack Felix. One of them will. 13 minus 4 is a 9. That would have been max damage. He swings wildly at you.
Yep, misses that 18 AC.
Okay. That's a 14 minus. So yeah, they both come out in their rage and trauma have missed you. Got 1. Karn is up there. They're going to go after Karn at a -4. Well, that's, you can't see that, but that's a 6. So they miss wildly.
Cuthbert defends me.
And then the one that Zophan hit tries to turn and get him, and that would have been 1 damage. But with a 9, he swings. He pulls his sword out and just kind of just flails at you. We roll initiative. It's round 2. I rolled a 6 this time.
I can roll. Only 5 guys. Sorry.
All right, so they are up first. They're going to repeat the same thing. The 2 against Felix, 14 -4, that's a 10, and 11 -7. So both of them just like they're swinging. They're probably not even in the same zip code. The one against Karn, that's a miss. And Zophan, that was a 17 -4, 13.
That hits.
And what was that, 5 damage?
Zophan's dead.
At second level?
Yeah. I earlier I thought I misread AC. He only has 5 hit points.
Oh man. Okay, let's go to the death dismemberment chart here. Since you get to roll on that now.
Oh, it's been a while.
Zophan, no.
At least he went out with a bang.
Yeah, he got that tumble attack in finally.
So wait a minute. Is at 0, is there a chance of coming back with nasty things happening or what?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, all right. So first of all, we roll a d6.
5.
Roll a d12. You don't want to roll high.
Oh, that's why I rolled a 10, sir.
Damn.
Because I like a roll of the dice.
Okay, so all right, that was a 10. How much? Oh, so you had 5 hit points and you're literally at 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Hero to 0.
Hero to 0.
This guy hits you with his sword and cuts you like right across the face. And as he hits you, you slam against the side of the rock and clock your head, and you're seeing stars. You are concussed.
Well, I know what that feels like.
Not fun.
So what is? I can look up what concussed.
Well,
means
it's specifically in this.
Oh, it's in this chart.
Yeah. But I'm going to say, so it knocks you out.
Okay.
So you are knocked out for the moment. Now somebody could wake you up. I don't know.
Don't let him sleep.
Might not be a
Don't
good
let him
idea. All right. Wow. So that was effective. Okay. Then I'm going to roll. Let's see.
There's potentially buckets of water to throw on you.
That's a 3. So that means that 3 more coming through the doorway. It is still my initiative. So 1 is going to run up and seize Felix and roll and tries to throw a bucket of dirt at him, and he misses. You realize that they're throwing the dirt at your lamp at the light.
Oh yeah.
He misses and hits you with this dirt that probably has other things in it.
Yeah. Right.
The third attack, let's see, that's a 9. Yeah, they all miss. They run into the room with these buckets and throw dirt, and they're throwing dirt and other things. It's flying around the room. There are 3 more now in the room. It's your go.
Is there anyone standing nearby me that has an unthrown bucket of something?
No, they've all crashed. They've dropped them.
Okay, the nearest one I'll just take a swing at.
Okay. Yeah, you got two guys who you're fighting.
16.
That's a hit.
7 damage.
Yeah, he is badly injured. He like grabs himself, as he's blinded, and puts his hand over like his shoulder, and the blood just like looks like black blood just pours off his hand down his arm. He's in bad shape.
Okay.
You can't let rage guide your blade.
I'll try to take the wounded one out. 12 hit?
Nope.
Darn. Okay. Well, I'll look at my guy, the one I'm rolling for, and say, "Whoa! Whoa!"
Okay.
And he can't hit either. Sorry.
Karn's got a guy right by him, right?
Yeah.
I think he's already done some damage to him.
Yep.
Got a 13 plus 1, 14.
That's what you need, 14.
4 plus 1, 5.
He looks in rough shape. You put a big slash. They're wearing some kind of crappy leather armor or something.
Z-Man for Cuthbert. You want me to go ahead and do Z-Man's
Yep.
rock throwing? He got a 13.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no. Plus.
Yeah.
He just misses. Got two other slaves. They can throw rocks or pull your buddy out of the fray there.
What would they do? Yeah, I think one of them at least would attempt to see Zophan go down. Go down and like run in to pull him out.
Right, that would make sense because that's the one that has the pamphlet of St. Cuthbert. So he runs over there and tries to grab you and pull you out of the way.
Right, I see it right now. Let's see. Down. Oh, okay. Down the opponent. No. Down the ally. Run in and pull them out. Okay.
That's exactly what that Cuthbert track says.
All right, Wes, what'd you get? Did you roll for your guy?
Give me a sec. 19.
Okay. Who is he throwing a rock at?
He's going to throw a rock at the guy that got missed, but is taking a lot of damage.
Okay, so there's one that took Zophan down. There's one that's Karn fighting, and Felix is fighting two of them. One looks badly injured.
Yeah, the one that Felix just like hit and is like spurting blood everywhere. Or 2.
Yeah, he's dead. You can tell me how he dies. He had 1 hit point.
A rock hits him right in the temple, and he just kind of like topples over.
Okay. All right. I believe that's everybody, right?
I think so, yeah.
Initiative. Oh, man. 6 again.
I guess I'll go.
Karn, you're up.
I got a +1. I got a 2 plus 1, 3.
Okay, we got the one guy who has his family heirloom blanket disintegrate right before his eyes. He has been untouched. He rolls a 17 -4, 13, and he misses. There's one fighting Karn. Yeah, 11 is great. Okay, he misses you as well. He's bleeding really bad. The one that dropped Zophan sees he's being pulled away, and he reaches down and grabs Zophan's leg, and then another one runs over and grabs Zophan's leg. So make a strength roll for your guy, and I will make a strength roll for these two guys.
Don't draw and quarter him.
Let's say 3.
Okay. All right. I rolled a 13 and a 9. So it's kind of a stalemate. This weak slave, the lizard guys are just trying to grab him to pull him inside this doorway. There's 2 of them left.
I mean, is the slave weak, or is he one of those ones that's like been just like at the pick with the pickaxe all
could be, yeah, or it could
all
be
day and just like buff.
Yeah, or that, or it's just rejuvenated powers of Saint Cuthbert have taken hold, and he is. One will go after Felix. He rolls a -2 as they just can't see anything. They're drawing these swords and trying to hit you guys. Karn, 19 -4, 15.
Nope.
They cannot hit worth a damn.
I think they're going to have a nat 20 because he's got a.
Yeah.
18 AC.
You guys are up. There
All
are
right.
5 of these guys in the room. 2 of them have grabbed onto Zophan.
Yeah, I'll shift targets and aim at one of the guys who's grabbing on the Zophan, and basically tell the other slave I'm directing to do the same. I rolled a 15.
All right, so there's one that's been untouched and one that's badly injured. I'm going to assume you're attacking the badly injured one.
Yeah, I rolled a 15, 3 damage.
Yeah, you can tell me how he dies. You kill him.
He's tugging and tugging and tugging, and he's, like anybody who's doing a lot of effort, he's got his mouth open going, and the stone just goes straight in and snaps his head back, and he falls back. All right, so the former slave I'm directing, nope, misses by 1, roll the 13.
I'm going to try to cut down the guy that's next to me.
Okay.
With a 14.
That's a hit. That's what you need, 14.
And 9 damage.
Oof. 10. He drops his sword. You almost kill him in one shot.
Wow.
He just almost collapses. About to take his arm right off.
You're not supposed to drop the sword.
Pro tip, don't drop the sword.
Karn.
So there's the guy that I've been hammering on, and then one guy left that's pulling on Zophan.
Right. There are 2 guys fighting you. One looks really bad. Like you hit him, you're probably going to kill him. There's 5 total. 2 are in really rough shape. One that Felix almost killed. And then another guy is grabbed onto Zophan.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to keep on with this guy that I'm trying to kill.
Yep.
I got 18.
Yep.
And 3 points of damage.
Yep, he had 2 hit points. You can tell me how he dies.
Just almost like a backhanded swipe. Karn takes his head off, spins and looks at the 2 on Zophan and goes, "Which one of you wants to greet Cuthbert next?" And Z-Man will go after one of those guys. If one's injured, that'll be his target, throwing a stone. And he got an 11.
Okay, that's a miss. Is that everybody? No.
We got the tug of war.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think the third slave, mine through and miss.
I was controlling. I was going to run over and try and be on the other end of the tug of war.
Okay. Yeah, both those guys can roll. Give me strength rolls.
All right. 16.
4.
You begin pulling. You seem to have the upper hand here. Okay. That was their morale test. They are going to continue to fight. So it's initiative. Man, another 6.
Damn! You ugly.
Those red dice are on fire tonight.
Yeah.
Is it back to me or what?
I don't think everybody's
rolled.
gone.
Well, Zophan hasn't rolled, but he's also out. Is that how you do it or not?
Yeah. Technically he's out. So yeah.
I can go.
Okay.
So I have +2. That's our best chance. Nope, only a 5.
There's one fighting Felix. 12. That would have been 6 damage, but he misses because they're at negatives. He's pulling your leg, and Zophan's leg. Instead it does that, he lets go. He grabs his sword and goes after one of the slaves. At his negative. -1. So he swings and misses. Felix and Karn. So 11 miss. A lot of misses here. So they're swinging and missing here in this lit room.
Sucks to suck.
Yes, it does. Another guy comes charging into the room.
Damn it.
No bucket.
That's an improvement.
10. He misses. He dives to try to cover the lantern and misses and crashes onto the floor. You guys are up.
All right. I'm going to finish the job on the one guy that's almost dead. And a miss.
Let's see. For the slaves guarding Zophan, it's still a 2-on-1 for them. I don't like Mr. Mr. Dive on the Grenade, I mean Lantern guy, so I'll go after him. Let's just say I have been emboldened by the fact that they apparently can't hit, and I will actually step up with my spear this time instead of standing back with the sling.
Bard's getting
19.
cold.
19. Oh, hell, yeah, that's a hit.
2 damage.
Okay.
Stuck with the sling. And I'll basically, my guy's gonna do the same. My guy's gonna do the same, but he's throwing rocks. So, 11 miss.
Karn's up, I guess, and you said one of those was running and attacking a slave.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the slave that's pulling on Zophan, or just another one?
Yeah, the one that was pulling on Zophan, there was 2 of them. No, there was just one, and he let go and swung at the slave.
Okay, that's my target. Because screw you, you've already been making slaves of these guys. You're not going to try to kill them too. And 12 plus 1, 13.
That's a miss.
And Z-Man will try the same guy. 17.
He hits him.
And 3 points of damage.
The 2 slaves who are pulling on Zophan get to do something.
They're gonna continue to pull, I imagine. At
Yeah.
least one.
Yeah, try to pull them, like further away from the
Get
door.
him out of the melee, right? Get him out of the melee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my hustle point to try to, for one of the slaves to try to slap Zophan awake.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
And in the way that would really wake someone up is like, because he was pulling and there's this thing going on, he's gonna like move his foot in such a way that's just gonna give him a solid kick to the balls.
Full damage.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's...
You realize that concussion causes nausea anyway. Zophan's, kicked the ball. I mean, Zophan's going to like hurl 3 days worth of breakfast, whatever.
Well, he doesn't know that he's concussed. But that's a problem for Zophan to deal with.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're awake. You have 1 hit point. You are at -4 since you are concussed.
I'm at -4 hit points.
You're at -4 to, like, attack and rolls.
Oh, okay. All right. He's going to get up and start running. Well, like, I guess, like, try to shake out of
The concussion or the groin strike?
all of them. I guess yeah, that's a good point. Like if he came out of being awake from a groin strike, like he's being pulled by like 2 arms or like an arm and a leg. I imagine he just start flailing.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna just start flailing. And then try to get up.
I'm going to yell at him, Zophan, that is. I'm going to yell at Zophan. Guard the light! Guard the light!
He has no idea what you're talking about. He looks around for a light.
Okay, fine, whatever. I tried.
He's got a concussion.
Character doesn't know that, but yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there a light?
There's an
Everything's
oil
dark.
lantern on the ground.
Did the others, everybody gone on your side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And I had already gone. So it is the next initiative roll, right?
Yep.
This time Zophan can roll.
3.
Yeah, let's see if Zophan's initiative will.
Before you roll, you're -4 to everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
I'll
don't
roll
want
You might want to
Never
pass.
I'll roll it. 3 plus 1 is 4.
Yeah, you guys go.
We finally go first. I'm still going after the damn guy who's going after the light. Except I'll actually physically put myself between him and the light and try to spear the bastard. Not today. Let's see if the slave with rock can do better. He can at a 17. Bull. 4.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good smash.
Felix is going to try to end things. 15, right? That hits.
Yeah,
For 3 damage.
he's dead.
Nice.
Tell me how he does.
Was he already on the ground? No.
He dropped his weapon.
Oh, he dropped his weapon.
He about cut his arm off.
I will kick his blade away and then come back with the backside of the blade and strike him in the neck.
Okay. Yeah. Blood just... Black blood just goes everywhere.
Nice.
And then the slave that I was controlling is going to throw a rock at... Is the one that was originally trying to attack the other slave still up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw a rock at him. Miss.
The one slave, the other slave that was pulling Zophan's legs will be the same. That's also a miss.
Karn's going after the same one that he was going after before that was going after the slave.
All
He
right.
got the 4.
All right.
And Z-Man gets a 7.
All right. So all of you guys have gone. The guy who jumped and tried to jump on the lantern and missed has been hit. He staggers. He looks around and he runs out of the room
Uh-oh.
and takes off. He doesn't come back where he came from, yelling something in Lizardfolkmandude language. The 3 other guys who are fighting kind of hear him yelling, and they kind of panicked. They kind of they move back and go back inside the doorway, just inside the doorway.
Press our luck. Let's get at him.
Can I take a moment and see if I can hear anything, like something else coming?
You can do a listen. Roll a d6.
Okay. 3?
I mean, it's hard to hear. You can hear the lizard men talking. How
Okay.
many are talking to each other? Who knows? But they're back behind that doorway where the blue light is. But other than that, you can hear, occasionally there's some dirt that lands on you from above, as you can hear sounds
Okay.
like other commotion going on somewhere in the mine.
So the ones who ran back through the doorway, can we see them? Or did they go around a corner?
So if you peek around, you can see kind of a blue light in there, and you maybe can catch the glimpse of their face or their eyes kind of like looking at you. And as you look, you can see 3, 4, 5 sets kind of looking at you.
Doors. Oh, it must be a trap. Some sort. Ugh.
You know what?
Cuthbert is
I
upon
haven't forgotten.
you.
I haven't forgotten what you said, Felix, but I see a cluster of enemies. Like, light a Molotov and just whip it around that corner towards where I saw the eyes.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Let's see. No dice. No dice have been hot. No dice have been cold. I guess I used the one I've been using for me. 18.
Nice. Roll damage.
1d8 for oil. 6.
You walk up there, light it, just throw it in the room, and you hear a boosh as one of these dudes is hit, covered. One of these lizards man starts screaming. They are on fire, and you kind of look in the room as the light is lit up. There's got to be a dozen of these lizard creatures in this large room with weapons and buckets waiting to come in. There's this one guy's flailing around on fire, and they all throw dirt on him to try to put him out.
There's lots more of them.
Good. We won't have to hunt them down. About a dozen, you said?
Yeah.
At first glance, yeah.
First glance. Through the one door. Cuthbert runs over and looks through the other door. Cuthbert. Karn.
I mean, at this point, is there any difference? So you look through the door. As you peer to your right, you can see where the tunnel has caved in look to your left, and there are set 2 doors that are open, and there's a blue light emanating, coming down the hall, and that's it looks, yeah, you can see the blue light, and it looks like something's in that room, like a table or something.
How far down is that? How far away is it?
50 feet.
Clang, 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 clang. I'll run down there. Look in that door.
Okay, so you're running. You pass one door. You pass the second door. You enter this room, and there's a blue light in the room. There's a table with something on it, and then it looks like there's steps that go up to like a ledge. I don't know, like a stage. That's a better term, but it's not very deep. And behind, on the wall, you can now see as you get in the room, there's a huge silver. It's huge and it's silver. It almost looks like an eye that's in the rock. And there is this creature standing there in these robes. It looks like a fish. It's got a bunch of compound eyes on each side, and they're kind of looking around. And he sees you come in as a couple of his eyes look at you. And he starts to chuckle.
I shout down the hallway, "Hey guys, I found fish eye."
Yeah, you hear him yell.
Can we hear the actual words from where we're at?
Yeah, I would say Karn yells down that hall. Yeah.
Okay. At this point,
Especially as I'm leaving that room again, because I just found fish eye.
at that point, I'm going to take off towards where Karn went.
Okay, and as Karn's running out. Stop.
Oh, I'm getting some backup.
Okay, so you run out of the room. You hear
Yeah.
this weird fish laughter.
Yeah, I'm getting some backup before we go in there. I mean, I'll lead the charge. He'll lead the charge.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't go running all the way down the hallway, but like, I was thinking, he was going to look into the room, not like, just run right in. But yeah, he'll step back into the hallway. He's shouting down the hallway. Yeah, looks back in to see what Fish Eye's up to as he chuckles at me.
Zophan, why don't you stay in the light and guard our back with these guys?
He turns back and looks at all the lizard men.
Yeah, they've finally gotten that one guy burning out as they've covered him with dirt and other assorted things in the buckets. And they're all looking at you with their eyes like peeking out through the doorway looking.
I'll try. And he like fumbles around like groggily into his pack and pulls out a flask with liquid and downs it. It's a potion of healing.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So Zophan had 2 of those. Or at least 2 doses. I forgot what it is in this game.
Is it a D4?
Let's
Just roll a
see.
D6. Just roll a D6. We'll go with that. A D6. We'll give it D6 plus 1. So you don't use. So if you roll a 1, you can at least get 2 hit points.
D6 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are still, you've healed that. You can see it start to scab over that hack across your face, and you got a huge lump on your head. You're full HP, but you're still kind of like woozy.
He burps a little bit, and the burp smells like horseradish.
Oh, okay, it's that one.
Yeah, it's I got it from the toad. It was one of
Okay.
the toad contents.
Are you going into this room? Or not?
He's gonna stay. No, I mean Zophan's gonna to do as suggested and guard the back.
So are you in the room with the lizard dudes that are next door, or are you getting in the hallway?
I think it'd be in the hallway.
Okay, so you're in the hallway with
Given
the
a choice.
slaves. There's a blue torch right there. And you can see your party as they walk down into this room. And you walk into the room. There's a blue light. There's a table. It's got random items on it, like pouches, or there's a knife, a bowl, like a cup or something. and strange looking like guy in robes that looks like a fish with something that looks like silver. It's probably 60 feet. The ceiling's probably 60 feet. It looks like a huge eye that's made out of silver. And he just kind of chuckles as you come in, as his scales kind of reflect the blue light.
I direct Z-Man to go after the torches, the blue torches.
And we will roll initiative.
All right, I'll take first roll. 6.
I got a 5. So you're up first.
Nice. How many of those torches are in this room?
There is just one.
Z-Man, take out that torch, quick! How far are we from Fish Eye?
You can get to him in one round. You just got to go. There's 2 sets of like steps to go out. He's like on a platform, like a little small stage. So you got to kind of like run around. There's 2 ways to get around. He's like in the middle.
That's what Karn's doing.
Wait a minute. If he's a fish guy, does he have a source of water close by?
No.
Darn. There goes that idea.
Karn's going to run up to him and hack and slash at him.
Okay.
15.
15.
Plus 1, 16.
You hack at him and it like bounces off his scales.
Wow. He's that tough, huh?
At this realization, I'm going to pull out an oil flask and attempt to chuck it.
There you go.
17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It's a D8 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Yeah, you hit it. Lands at him. It ignites his robes and they start burning. And he's like,
That invulnerability has to come from somewhere. I'm going to rev up the sling and attempt to nail that big eye on the wall right in the pupil.
Okay. All right.
Okay, he's got invulnerability from somewhere, and it's obvious like altar style thing right here. So I got to try something, you know.
You said the fire had no effect on him?
Oh no, you can see it's burned him. It looks like it's damaged him. I mean, he doesn't look comfortable on fire.
Okay.
16 to hit an inanimate object.
Yeah, I mean the eye is big enough. You hit it with a rock.
Okay. Roll damage or what?
Sure.
2. How does Fish Face react when I hit the eye there?
Let me roll. He doesn't notice. He's too busy trying to put out a fire that is now on him. You do feel the floor kind of shudder a little bit after you do that. Like it moves a little bit.
Really?
Yep.
If that eye blinks, we're all running.
That eye blinks, I'm stabbing it with my sword.
Well, yeah, that would be a Karn. That would be a Karn thing. Yeah.
Is that everybody's attack? Yeah, Zophan. So Zophan, you're in the back there. Okay. So he's trying
Zophan and the slaves are guarding the back so that the lizard men don't flank us.
Yeah, he's got these weird, like these long, bony arms. He's like trying to put out this fire he's burning, and he you see him. He mumbles something. He's like, and then all of a sudden the room goes pitch black.
Oh hell!
-4 to our attacks.
So yeah, that blue torch. You don't see the blue torch anymore. You don't see him burning anymore. It is complete darkness.
So does that mean Zophan's got a -8?
Zophan, you're outside the room in that hallway. You see that room go completely black.
Oh, okay, but the hallway is
Right now. Yeah, that hallway is not. You're with the other blue light right there.
Oh, okay. Zophan's gonna say, "Is everything okay?"
I'm pretty far from okay, buddy.
It's initiative roll, right? It's the next round.
Yeah.
4.
I'll go. 1.
So you can feel the heat from that fire, Karn, because you're right up next to him. And then you can tell that he has moved away from you, obviously. And you hear some more mumbling in echoes in the room. And then everybody gets to roll save versus spells, except for Zophan, because he is out of range.
Save versus spells. And I've got save versus poison help. All right. Well, we got to roll.
Nope.
All right. I got it.
Made it.
Rolled a 3.
You do have a hustle point if you wish to use it now, or you want to save it.
I'm going to save it for the moment.
Okay, roll 2d12.
Okay, let's see what terrible thing happens.
Yeah, those are not good numbers.
2 6s.
Okay. You have an additional -2 to your attack. You suddenly feel sick. Like, something in here, like the smell this fish guy is emanating just reeks. And it's just, you're feeling nauseous.
That sounds about right.
Somebody microwaved him.
Not supposed to heat fish in the communal space.
You guys are up.
I'm going to take 2 actions. Slowly step back just a little. I still want to have enough movement to attack, but I'm stepping back a little towards the doorway. My other action is, he sort of made up my mind for me, because if I can't hit a normal-sized fish guy in the dark, I can pretty much hit a 60-foot tall eye still in the dark.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
With a sling. I'm not running forward or anything. Roll a 13.
Okay, yeah, you launch a fire sling into the darkness. Yeah. You hear it hit something. You probably hit the eye. And you can tell because the floor seems to shake a little bit. 4
damage.
Okay.
Max damage. He made my decision for me right there.
I'm right there with Orion, and I scream for Z-Man to aim for the eye while I try to stumble over towards it and hit it with my sword.
Okay, you're gonna hit the eye with the sword, or try to hit him?
The eye. I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna use that pickaxe.
Okay.
I've got that pickaxe hanging on my belt, so I'm gonna try to slam that pickaxe into it.
Okay.
I mean, it's made for that kind of work, right?
Yep.
So I got a 12.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to hit that thing because you were right there. So you just like jam it in.
What's the damage that a pickaxe does?
D4. Unfortunately, you'd think more, but
is it D4?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, D4.
2 points +1 for my strength. 3 points.
Yeah, you can feel the ground shake.
I mean, whatever it is, it doesn't like it, and Z-Man will try to hit it with a rock if he can.
Yeah, just give me an attack roll. I mean, unless you roll really poorly, you'll miss and potentially hit something else.
10.
Yeah, you hit it.
And 1.
So yeah, you guys start pegging the big silvery eye.
Felix, you're gonna join the madness or not?
I'm gonna try and feel around the room for heat.
Okay.
Burning idiot.
I should roll for that.
Yeah, give me a D6 roll.
Yeah. 6?
He may have extinguished it.
Okay.
Darn.
That's my go, I assume.
Zophan's going to act. So he's going to pull out a large brass bell and walk up to the entrance to the entrance to where the lizard folk are, like kind of watching, and then he's gonna ring it.
The fear bell
to scare all the lizard men away.
You got the fear. The fear bell.
It doesn't say who it fears. It just says that anybody who listens to it fears.
Damn it.
So, this is this is why I played this game, because I knew you had the bell, and I specifically wrote down what it did, and I was like, I don't know where it ended up, but I was like, okay, anybody wanna, like, I was gonna say something. I was like, where'd that bell end up? I was like, nope, not gonna do it. Thank you for that you have it. Now you get to use it. So this is going to be fun. So it does have elven writing on it. So you go and ring that bell. Now, everybody, and I mean everybody, because this has a 300-foot radius.
Oh, shit.
Unless you are elven. I don't think anybody in the group has any kind of elven. Okay. So you hear it. Save versus spells.
You bastard.
Nice. I saved.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
You still have your hustle point or not? Hold on, give me a sec. I have to look the table back up.
Well, Zophan, who rang the bell, didn't make it.
Yep, you got to roll 2. You're not elven.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he didn't make it.
all right. So Felix passed.
I failed. I'm gonna try to use my hustle point. Damn it. Failed again.
Okay, so Orion, Zophan, Karn, Felix passed. We got we got Z-Man and we got the 3 slaves, right? So just give me a roll for them.
We only got a 18.
Yep, he passed.
Slave 1, 2, or 3 got a 9, so definitely not.
We got fish face and we got lots of lizard men.
Yep, I'll roll for them. Who's let me get the slaves here. Wes and Russell, if you want to roll for the 2 other slaves, that's fine. Just roll a d20.
11.
Okay.
Oh damn! I needed that roll. 17.
Yeah. So
somebody's got balls of steel.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I was doing. I got to look up what this guy's save is because the fish dude has got to make his save, unless he's immune.
The slaves who made it, I just imagine they're like, oh, the bell again.
No. All right, so here is the here's that guy. That is an 18. So there's a bunch of lizard men. I'm not going to roll 12 times. 3. So I'm going to say the majority of the lizard men are going to freak out. So the bell is rung. Is it initiative? Yeah. Did I go or you guys went? Did you guys win the initiative? Because he did the...
I think we did.
Yeah, I think... Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it's their go. Damn it.
Is the bell the caster in this case? Or is Zophan the caster?
Why you ask?
I thought the fear effect is that you flee from the the spell effect is that you flee from the caster.
Yeah, you run away. You would run away. You're just in a direction away from it. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody would be running away from the bell.
Yeah.
That is affected. Okay.
It'd be really weird if you had to run away from yourself.
Yeah, I mean you're hauling ass too. You've got to run too.
Yeah, but if I was the center point, and I had to flee myself, that's...
So, you've got 2 ways to go. You can run into the darkness or into the hallway with the rest of the lizard men.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, yeah, the bell has gone off. He's like... so the creatures...
Wait a minute. That was basically the end of what we were doing. Are we running this turn, or is it next turn?
It'll be the beginning of next turn. He's heard the bell. He is going to do an attack. 15 probably doesn't hit Karn.
Nope.
It's initiative time. I rolled a 1.
I rolled initiative last time.
I'll get it. 3 plus 1 is 4.
All right, you guys are up. So if you are feared, you are running away from that bell. So there is a door that is closed in this room.
Do we know where it is?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Wait,
I
in the
thought we
pitch
couldn't
black
see the
room?
door.
Oh, that's right. It is pitch black. Yeah, you would run. Yeah, that's a good point. If you are feared, roll a d. Roll a d. Make a d6 roll.
5.
2.
4.
So for Karn and Orion, you are running away from the bell. Karn, you almost stumble over somebody, probably the fish guy, as you run and stumble around. You find the steps, and then you kind of run into a wall. Panic, and then your next turn, you'll probably turn around and run to where you know you have been before. So you're going to basically turn around.
Can I
Because you don't.
basically... I mean, I know I'm running, but I've got a spear. Can I at least, like, brace the spear under my arm and charge with the spear first?
You can. Zophan, you run into the room of the darkness.
Yeah. It's not gonna run to those lizard men.
That makes sense. You hear a bunch of people running around, Felix.
I'm gonna go try and attack the eye since I didn't have any luck finding the fish, dude. 18.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
All right. Or 7.
Yeah, you whack the eye again. You hear the fish guy and weird fish laugh in the room. What's he gonna do? 13. No, yeah. Okay, he fails at that. None of the lizard men have entered the room. They are all retreating or freaking out. 2 of the slaves run into the darkness as well with you, Zophan. So there's a bunch of people in this room freaking out. It's initiative 2.
Zophan could roll it, but it's a -4, so it's pretty much guaranteed to fail.
If you roll a 6, it's a tie.
I rolled a 6.
All right, you guys are up.
Well, okay. Are we still feared? How are we reacting?
You're feared. You are trying to get the F out of there. You did not find a door in this room, but you know there's a way out where you came. You run back out. I will give you that because you've been in the room. And you are now out of the darkness in that hallway. Like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Yep.
So we're not running away physically from the bell. Interesting question. Did he drop the bell when he was feared?
I think I gotta make probably a percentile roll because you have a 60% chance. Well, affected creatures have a 60% of immediately dropping anything in their hands.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a 32. So he would have dropped the bell.
Yeah.
So are we running away from the bell or the area?
So you would get away from the bell, but since it's dark in the room and you can't find a door, because I'm not going to have you like feel around and like try to find a door. Your immediate action is to go the other way and run in the other direction.
Okay. Same answer. If I'm running, it's going to be with a spear in front of me.
Yeah. So, yeah, Karn, you run out of the darkness, and here comes Orion with a spear in front of him running.
Don't stab me, bro.
Zophan, give me a d6 roll. Don't worry about the -4.
2.
Okay. Yeah, you run into the wall as you run into the darkness, the same wall they ran into, realizing there's not an exit in here. The next turn, you will be running back out.
How long does this last?
Very long time. Felix.
I'm gonna hack at the eye and see if anything happens with a 12.
Yeah, you can whack it.
For a total of 4.
Okay. There's more. Give me a d6 roll. There's more. You feel the room like rumble and like you're hit with some dirt.
6.
If you have a hustle point left and you are feared, I will give you a roll if you want to use your hustle point for a roll, unless you've used it already.
I used it.
It's not life or death.
Okay.
I say my hustle points for life or death.
I know you do. I'll just giving you the option. Felix is the only one in the room. No, Zophan is, and the 2 slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulling a Benny Hill.
No kidding. Yeah. Okay, that's nothing. All right. Initiative. I rolled a 3.
We're back at the top now.
Okay. Yep.
5.
You guys are up first. The feared people, you are climbing up the ladder and in that hole because you're headed out the same way you came back in.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It better not be long enough to take us all the way to the exit.
This might become
That would be tragic.
Maybe certain death would convince us to get a new roll or whatever.
I'm going to strike the eye again.
Okay.
13 for 7 damage.
All right, D6 roll.
3.
You feel the ground rumble, some more dust and stuff hits you. There's weird fish voices in the room.
There are more of them?
Well, for you, it sounds like there's like 7 in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Concussion, yes.
Yeah, so you run out of the room, Zophan, panic because you didn't find a door, and you see Karn and Orion climbing up that ladder, heading out the way you came in.
All right. Zophan, say, wait for me.
Yeah, Zaius and the one of the slaves are not panicked. They are in the room. Well, this one slave would be out watching everybody go by, like, what the hell's going on? As he tries to grab you guys. And that, of course, moves out of the way from Orion. He almost gets stabbed. Orion runs past it with the spear.
If I run across a lizard man, yeah, I'm deliberately running him down. But other than that, I'm going to, dodge my own people.
Okay. Another 3 for initiative.
Karn, you want to do it, or shall I?
I'll do it. 3 plus 1, 4.
You guys are up. The feared people are you go through the tunnel, you're climbing through the scaffolding, you're on your way out. Felix.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to strike the eye again.
Okay, very good.
Frozen with indecision.
Yeah, I was just trying to... 15.
That's a hit. Roll damage, and then roll D6.
6 and 1.
So, Felix, as you do that, you strike the eye again. You hear it rumbles and stops and then continues to rumble. You hear the distinct sound of a door closing. Probably off to, like, your right. A door closes.
Gotcha.
And then it begins to rumble. The floor begins to shake. It's like you have a hard time, like, keeping your balance.
Okay.
It's rumbling a lot.
Yeah.
You hear chunks of rock hitting the floor.
Okay.
On the other hand, we drove him away, and
Yeah. Bad news. It's bad.
Tear the temple down at least.
You staying in the room.
No, I'm going to try and find an exit.
Okay. I will say it is complete darkness. I'll say you can kind of where you came in. So
Okay.
as you get out of the room and get out of the darkness, you feel this whole complex shaking.
Okay. Keep going.
And pieces are falling out. All right, so everybody gets to roll. Give me a dex roll. Roll under your dex. Here it is.
Oh, boy.
Dex of 15.
Come on.
Nice.
I got a 4. Low rolls came in handy.
So I'm adding 4 to this.
Yeah, you're adding 4 to the roll. Yeah.
Yeah, so I made it.
So everybody made it.
yeah,
Yeah, I made it.
Z-Man and
Oh,
the slave.
Oh, yeah, slave.
Z-Man. Z-Man got a 13.
Okay.
Slave 3 got a 1. a nat 1.
Okay.
The guy I'm rolling for got an 11. I don't know, whether it's under his dex or not.
All right.
Oh yeah. So I'm rolling 4, got an 8.
So as the whole complex begins to crash down, to those who were frightened, you just running the frig out of here. The question would be, whoever's in the lead, do you just run through that door?
I mean, do we have a choice?
Say no. I would say for the feared group, you probably wouldn't have a choice because the whole thing's coming down. You don't have a chance to kind of like, hey, how do we get through the door? You just got to go. So whoever's going through is going to sacrifice.
I'll take it.
Karn's in the lead.
Nope. I'm actually gonna race you.
Five. I've got 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Karn's in the lead.
All right, Karn, you're going to jump through.
Yes.
To save it's classic Saint Cuthbert. I'm going to roll the damage.
All right.
Well, see, look at I didn't roll hot that time. You take 6 fire.
Okay.
Nice.
As your yeah, it's your scorched, but everybody else who is feared, because that's the first group, runs out of there. Then we have Felix and one of the slaves and Zeiss, who are trying to make their way out of here.
Can I tell if it looks like it's charged back up by the time we get to it?
Yeah, by the time that you get back up to it, it is definitely charged back up.
I'll wait till we all get close to it, and I'll say, I'm sorry for your family, and push the slave through.
Oh!
Your family will miss you.
It's a really good thing that Karn was still running away, because otherwise he might have something to say about that.
Yeah, you push the slave through. He is just burnt to a crisp. You jump through. Zeiss just stands there in shock, and the whole thing just collapses right on him.
Oh!
And the dust and everything blows up, and you have successfully escaped the mine complex collapse. And we can stop right there.
Wow. Poor Z-Man. Poor slave.
Yeah, that was too bad.
I mean, that was pretty pragmatic.
Yeah, I was hoping, I wrote down that bell. I was like, I hope they identify the bell because that can really make a difference. I was like, I kept thinking, I was like, oh, I guess it ended up with somebody who isn't here. They forgot.
I wrote down. I wrote down for the bell. Let all who hear run in fear.
Yep.
Causes fear effect.
Yep.
And
yeah,
I was like, well, that's the only way I could think of to get these lizard men off, because eventually they might start attacking.
Yeah, that was a good call. And it's the effect is 1d4 turn, and a turn is 10 minutes.
Damn. So we're gonna get our cardio running around.
Yeah, you guys basically collapse on the ground. You're frightened, but
Man, that's that refreshes every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
you left it on the ground. We rolled for that already. You left it on the ground in the complex.
That's true.
Yeah, I was going to say, otherwise it would be great to just be like, wait, earplugs first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a miner with you. You could try to find it, dig it back out.
If boxcars through that gate, you could have killed Karn.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a 2d6. I might not have been quite as fast to go through. Still a good gamble. I mean, as it is, he's got 1 permanent hit point down, a night's sleep. He's good to go. How many slaves did you manage to get out?
Let's see. You got 2 of them got out.
Out of 25.
You had 3, and you managed to get 2.
They should have had plenty of warning, because it took a lot of hits on that eye to bring the damn thing down.
Yeah.
maybe they clued into the fact that, you know, mind shaking, not good, run away, you know?
One can only hope.
Precisely.
All right, take care.
Not
Have a
everybody.
good night.
All
right.
Good game, guys.
That was fun.